Hey guys, thanks for dropping by the channel. In this video, I thought it'd be fun to do a summer State of the Watch collection video. This is actually the time of year where a lot of YouTube watch reviewers will update their state of a collection, and for me, being a compulsive watch buyer, I thought it'd be wise to do one now and not wait until the end of this year because I think there will be a pretty large turnover in the state of a collection. Some of these watches have already been reviewed on my channel and some are forthcoming. So let's dive right into it. I'm going to start with the watch on my wrist, and it's the most recent one I've picked up. It's the bronze version of the Zello Swordfish. Just an amazing spec dive watch for the money. I'm really enjoying it. Check out Zellos if you want to pick one up. I think these are still available. Alright, now the first watch I have in my watch box here is the blue Seiko Marine Master Tuna. And again, this is a watch that I just found was the right time to own because when I first started getting to watches, I was really drawn to the more affordable Seiko divers. And I've owned the Turtle, I've owned the Samurai, I've owned the Sumo, and this watch didn't really actually interest me in the beginning, but as my watch journey continued, this watch seemed to make a lot more sense. It is a high accuracy quartz watch that uses the 7C caliber that only Seiko reserves for the Tuna lineup. And it just wears so well considering the size of this watch, and the lume on this guy is fantastic. So I recommend you do pick one up, but maybe not start off with this watch if you're getting into watches. Try out some of the more affordable Seiko divers and then work your way up like I did. Okay, the next watch in the watch box is my Steinhardt Ocean One Vintage. And I've had a few Steinhardts in my collection. Again, they're like a micro brand based in Germany, but they make Swiss-made homage watches, mainly to Rolex lineups. I think this is one of the homages to the earlier, say, Rolex Submariner, but I'm getting a lot of Tudor Black Bay vibes as well, just with the red triangle on the bezel where the lume pip is, and then also there's even like a red crown tube here you can see on the back of the watch. So I do just love the wrist presence and that vintage vibe that this watch gives off, and I'll likely always have a Steinhardt in my collection. Alright, next up is what I declared probably the best summer watch for this year, and that's the Damask DS30, and this is the Ocean Blue Orange, or OBO version. And you can see I've actually paired it on this really nice NATO strap that just kind of highlights that really cool orange second hand. Again, this watch, being German made, is over-engineered with this ice-hardened case, which is like submarine grade stainless steel, which is almost impossible to scratch. Just really high legibility and really nice dimensions at 39 millimeters. It's just a great summer watch carry to have. Okay, next up I got myself the Hamilton Khaki King, which I think is really just a really great everyday Swiss-made field watch. And with a champagne dial, you can really dress this up. But I love the fact that it also has that full day register at the 12 o'clock, and then you also have the date. And again, this watch has kind of been like the symbol for my channel, as you've probably seen. It's just overall, it's just a really good everyday watch that you can really either dress up or dress down. And in addition, you can see that it's got the display case back here with the Hamilton H40 that has an 80-hour power reserve. Just a really overall great watch. Alright, this next watch has been a Grail watch for me to get this year, and that's the Zin 104 with the white dial. And it amalgamates so many features I love about sports watches in general. It's got this bi-directional bezel that's got really great action, which you can use almost like a countdown timer or an elapsed time counter like you would find on dive watches. It's got 200 meters water resistance like most dive watches. It's super legible and understated. The sapphire crystal has an anti-reflective coating on the top and bottom of the crystal, similar to the Damasco. And it's also got a day and date display, so this watch just checks pretty much all the boxes when you're looking for a great over-engineered watch, and it also has a display back where you can see that classic gold rotor from Zinn. Okay, that's my primary watch rotation, and let's check out some of the other pieces I got here. Okay, first up in this watch box is the first Swiss automatic watch I've ever purchased, and that's my trusty Glace Combat Sub. And it's just got everything you want in a dive watch, plus some of the best design features. It comes in at just over 10 millimeters in thickness, so it's very thin in profile. And these lugs, you can see how they just drape down so well, and they just conform to your wrist. And this watch is also a strap or bracelet monster. I do currently have it on this really nice super engineered bracelet from Strapcode. The next piece I got is a Citizen ProMaster diver, which has the EcoDrive functionality, which never needs a battery replacement and is really accurate. And honestly, this is one of the most popular videos I've done because it's such a great affordable watch that I've had as a beater for a long time. And again, this thing's also a strap monster as well. You can see I also got it on a similar super engineered bracelet like I do on my Glace Combat Sub. But it's just a great dive watch to have. Alright guys, next up is another Zinn. It's the Zinn 556A, which means it has the Arabic markings on it. It has 12, 3, 6, and 9 printed on the dial. I actually wasn't planning on picking up this watch, but another watch enthusiast posted on one of the web forums that they wanted to trade. I ended up trading one of my limited edition ball engineer watches for this, and I'm pretty pleased with it. It's just super symmetrical, super clean, and it has this bulletproof H-link bracelet from Zinn that has the double-sided hex screws to secure each link in place, and it's one of my favorite bracelets. And again, really nice dimensions. It's just under 39 millimeters, giving you that Rolex Explorer vibe in my opinion. And again, it's also got that display back, so you can see that gold Zinn rotor, similar to the Zinn 104 that I own. Okay guys, everyone needs a good beater watch, and for me, recently it's been my GShock Solar Square. This is the M5610. It does have the solar powered functionality as well as the multiband 6. So this can sync to the atomic clock every night in Colorado and give you really accurate time. It's not synced right now, but I do get that signal coming in every evening in Southwest Ontario. So I know it's hard to get somewhere, but this watch is just rock solid. It's a G-Shock. Can't go wrong really for the price. Alright, next up is my Seiko ARB035, which is a Japanese domestic Seiko that just punches way above its price point. In my opinion, the finishing on this watch rivals anything you can get for around $1,000 or more. I recently wore this watch to a wedding and people mistaked it for like a Rolex Datejust or something. So it's extremely versatile. I've also owned the ARB033, which is the same watch with the black dial. But interestingly enough, my brother kept eyeing that watch, so I gifted it to him for our birthday, and now he wears it pretty religiously. You can actually see him wearing it, being active. He has his own YouTube channel as well, so I'll do a shameless plug. His channel is Ride, Paddle, Repeat. So if you want to see some really great mountain biking all across Ontario, as well as some canoeing and camping, check out his channel. I'll post it in the link below, and you'll actually see the ARB033 show up in some of his videos. Alright, and this is my Seiko Flightmaster, which has been discontinued and becoming fairly sought after. I don't see this moving away from my collection anytime soon. What I love about it is just the dimensions of this watch. It's 200 meter water resistance, even for a chronograph, which is great. It's got a pretty decent bracelet, and I just enjoy that domed Hardlex crystal, similar to what you see on my Blue Tuna as well. And last but not least, I picked up a Dan Henry 1962, which is a vintage-inspired racing-style chronograph with the Seiko Mecha Quartz movement in it. So it is quartz, but if you depress it, you can see it's got that sweep to it. It's a similar sweep on my Seiko Flightmaster, which I didn't show you guys. But what's nice about the Mecha Quartz movement, if you stop it, it's got this instant snapback to it, just like you would find on a high-end mechanical chronograph. So it definitely mimics the vibe of like a Rolex Daytona or like an Omega Speedmaster of that day. But Dan Henry really does have an eye for design details, and for the price, I think this is a pretty decent watch to pick up if you want a nice racing style chronograph with that classic panda dial. Okay guys, and that's the current state of my watch collection. I know I went through everything pretty quickly, but I also didn't want to keep you guys here for a really long time. I appreciate you guys watching this video to the end. I'm also kind of celebrating a milestone of over 1,000 subscribers now. So if you like this content, please continue to watch and subscribe. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video.